And we should be live. Let me go ahead and check. It says we're live, but it's taking its sweet time to actually show it. Okay, there we are. Yes, we are in fact live. Awesome. All right. Hello, everyone. Ace here. Welcome to the live stream. I'm joined today with returning guest Urosocium.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Russ, and today we are back with some more Star Wars X-Wing Rogue Squadron. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this, definitely. We do have a comment here, so I'll go ahead and get started on that. It's a question for me as well as Uros. I think Uros can answer it on his portion, but the question to me is, have you seen the Acolyte trailer yet? I have not, so I will have to have a look at that once I get the chance.
As for me, Nico, with all the love in the world, look at you.
Alright, so let's get started. As we can tell, this takes place after the events of Episode 6, but before the Heir to the Empire events, so there we go. Alright, so Starfall. Actually, wait. Before we go into the actual comic, let's see how many people actually worked on this in context, in comparison to how many people, had to read the story of your typical High Republic comic. So you have Michael A. Stockpole that wrote the story, and you have Vicky Williams that did the lettering. Doesn't even look like there was any editors on this. So at the very most,
technically speaking, if you want to count the lettering, you have 2 people. And in modern comics, you have 12.
Yes. So
yes, it is 6 times worse at least.
You might have George Lucas also, or someone, I assume, making sure everything is canon here, or works with the existing canon. But, yeah. It's not really showing it in the credits, so I'm assuming that Mr. Stockpole had to pull double duty. So, yeah. Alright, let's...
I mean, he is the writer. I know you usually have people to make sure there are no inconsistencies and all that, but the writer has to do a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
Not like today, apparently.
Alright, well, let's go ahead and carry on. Starforge Station. But I have my tech helping your droids. Why does it cost so much?
The ambience, my tools, my droids, my parts, your credits. That's how it works.
I guess I can voice Han here.
Okay.
There's our man.
He is the criminal mastermind who kidnapped Princess Leia from the E2 government palace.
He moved them. Ion flutter from the engines matched a pirate patch fix. Doesn't last long and needs good repair.
So, he came here.
Chitty's the best at fixing YT 1210 freighters. Oh.
Present company accepted.
Yeah.
The rating, Solo. I know you are not here for repair since Chewbacca's skills are legendary.
Nope, just here for a chat with my good friend Wright.
While you talk to him, I will offer Chewbacca a fortune to work for me here.
This Wright guy looks like the Wish version of Han Solo. Same outfit, but my God.
We have Han Solo at home.
Han Solo at home. needs this dude to replace Chewbacca for actually fixing his ship. Bargain hard, Chewie. That's what we'll be doing. You moved some people from Yatu recently. I don't know what you're talking about. Check my log. I'll just do that.
And we learn the log has been sliced.
We'll learn something from it.
But not what we want to know.
True, that will make Chewie unhappy, and we'll just tell him it's all Wright's fault.
In a universe with mass-destroying weapons, the only thing most people fear is pissing off someone like Chewbacca.
Mm-hmm. Nico says, worth it. Minor spoiler for the trailer. The lightsaber turns into a light whip. Cringe.
Excuse me?
I will say this. Light whips are technically a thing in the old lore as well.
1 second.
Okay. Because I'm pretty sure... I know they're in the old lore as well, so... Let me check. I'm not sure how exactly...
I am back. Were you talking about the lightsaber whip?
Yeah. Technically, those light whips do technically exist in the lore. I will say that. They exist in the old lore.
Yes, but a lightsaber cannot turn into a light whip. I am pretty damn sure about that.
Alright, well, according... let's see what... Yeah, I think in the old lore, I've never really seen one that could pull double duty like that. And it looks... Yeah, judging from what I'm seeing here, they already... The light whip or energy whip was built differently as well.
Yeah, I mean, if we want to be nitpicky here, the closest thing to double duty is the double saber, and that was it, at least originally. Unless I am remembering wrong, of course.
Alright, so... Yeah, so having it double-checked, yeah, you can't really use a regular lightsaber like that. It basically, well, for one thing, it requires multiple crystals. Two, the design, even from what I'm seeing here, has a few more features that basically prevent you from actually using it. Alright, so I am going to actually have a look at the trailer proper just to see what exactly they did to screw it up, but... Yeah, alright.
You are going to suffer for all of us.
For what it's worth, I will say this. It's not exclusively the Night Sisters that use them in the old lore. You could also have the occasional Sith or someone like that maybe wield them. But they're mainly known for their use by the Night Sisters. Anyways.
Yes.
They're also extremely rare, even by lightsaber standards. So...
I mean, if... Then they make it look easy, but technically speaking, making a lightsaber is not exactly something that can be done fast or by a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
So making one that has to use more than one crystal, I am pretty sure that if you fuck up, you destroy all the crystals or you make something go boom.
Anyways, I will say this, that some of them might look like Okay, so if it is an actual lightsaber that can do double duty as a light whip, that is silly. Because there are, like I said, there's some design quirks between the two of them that make them somewhat exclusive. But I digress.
Yeah.
Let's continue.
Yes.
Anything you feel compelled to tell us at this point? You're all wrong about me. Solo, you've got to believe me. I didn't know who they were. I transferred them to a pirate freighter. And its home system was... Don't know. Tried to get them to tell me, but they wouldn't. I'm surprised they didn't trust you.
I'm not inclined to trust him either.
Please, don't hurt me. You're too suspicious, Fel. Right would never lie to a fellow smuggler. No, never.
If you have lied, take the time there.
I think that's your life.
Yes. The your ship seals won't stop me, but you think it will.
Come on, Fel. He's not worth the bruise he'd leave on your knuckles. Run and hide if you want, right? But if you've lied, we'll find you. Auxilia.
Do I voice the old guy?
If you want to, yeah.
Okay. One of your lieutenants has captured Princess Leia. I'm impressed by your leadership and trust of your subordinates, Kabir.
Thank you.
She's quite the prize. Where did you find her?
Yatu.
And you sent a subordinate for her. Brave indeed. Possessing Leia could earn a man a title. Of course, Leia will be transferred to your care.
Yes, that is the plan.
I shall make it easier for you. Tell your lieutenant I wish to see her. When she comes to me, you can take custody of her guest.
Yeah, that's a better plan.
Men who are wise enough to revise their plans are rare. I reward such men. And I am quite generous. You'll see this. Go. Get me your lieutenant. Then wrest her prize from her. Bring Leia here in 6 hours, and you will be rich beyond your fantasies of avarice.
It shall be done, Excellency, immediately.
Bargaining with petty scum of the Empire has fallen in just 6 months. Come out. He's gone. You heard, of course.
TBA says there are energy whips in the setting. They featured in the Timzon heist novel Scoundrels, but they're torture and crowd control devices, not lightsabers. I mean, they are and they aren't, you know? They're very niche in their use. They do have some... Again, they do use the crystals to emit the whip itself in this, much like the saber and a lightsaber. But yes, they are used more for that stuff, but...
I mean, if we look at what a lightsaber can do, or technically can do, considering some of the comics we have read as of late, because no one dies from a lightsaber now, you don't want the same power to a whip, because it can hit anything and anyone, including you. So, making them use for pain is not the worst plan.
There are characters that have wielded them in combat, of course, mainly to try to throw off their opponent because light whips are not a very common weapon, so you might not necessarily know how to fight against someone that's an expert in it.
It's an exotic weapon, and as you said, it is signature of one faction more than anything.
Yeah. I have seen them used in some games, like the Forces of Corruption expansion for Empire at War. One of the characters in that uses one, but again, it's not unheard of them. It's not unheard of them to be used in fighting, but you also have to remember the people that are mainly using it also are the Night Sisters. So I could see, a faction that's probably going to be more inclined to use it in the manner that Nico is, or TBA says. Just saying.
I mean, if you want cruelty, pain usually works very well.
Alright. Let's carry on. We had an operation on Iatu to cover this one.
It will seem, Princess, your cover was blown. Things are unraveling. We'd best conclude our business quickly.
I agree, but we can't leave here without whoever Cavil's holding.
Of course not. I'll turn her over to you as a sign of good faith. My intention. The second I hear from him. How did he know you were here? A question for which I have no answer. Another spur to complete our business soon.
You leave Coruscant open to us. You keep 7 of your worlds, and we'll allow 3 of your friends to keep up to 12 worlds total.
I keep 10, and 4 get 20.
You get 10, 4 get 15.
Done and done. The Provo Council will honor this agreement.
They will. No one wants the slaughter of an assault on Coruscant would cause.
No, of course not.
I can't say I like doing business with you.
Would better me, Rizar.
Better life and liberty than death. I'll make the arrangements and we'll finalize things when you get my double.
When we have bad guys that are good bad guys.
Yes.
Wait a second. I'm dying. Okay. You let Wraithon go quickly. Was he not our man?
He was, and was clever enough that he wasn't going to give up anything without serious pain.
And the problem was?
I found a better way. The data card you took... Oh.
I think it was my character. I am not sure now. Yes, I think it... the data card you took. It has his log in it.
No, the one I copied had his log in it. I switched it for this one, which is his Verpine co-pilot's repair log. Wright may have sliced his ship log, but a Verpine keeps perfect track of repairs. I doubt Wright even knows the Verpine keeps a log.
He is rather insufferable when so smart, isn't he?
Oh. Jealous of my brains, Cynthia, or just angry you didn't see me switch the data cards?
You use the sleight of hand you learn when serving as Saberi Said in the magic show.
How did you... Chewie, did you tell him? Huh?
Your Imperial dossier is quite complete, Han. It even had holograms.
No.
Those spangles on the costume chaff, didn't they?
Oh! That... All right, let's. I actually am curious. Did they actually show him do the sleight of hand? Because that would be kind of good if they did.
Let me check. Oh, yes.
Page 5, they did. That's actually nice work.
This is a good comic with good details. It makes sure that everything it says is going to happen happens. It even gives us a little bit of background on Han, better than the Solo movie.
Yes. And it's actually, I will say this, I think I probably missed this because the other dude getting ready to punch the smuggler there distracted me from that. So that is a really, really good little trick if that was intentional.
I mean, it has the usual tricks of these sort of comics. The movement, the quote-unquote light, it makes you take notice of that part. Not the one above.
Yeah. Yeah, they deliberately toned down the color in there to make it... I mean, you can tell that they're highlighting the cards there. So so if you paid attention enough, you'd notice, hey, there might be something of note there. But yeah, this is good use of the media of comic books. I have to really applaud this because they distracted you with the comic panel below for very obvious reasons, and it also, so when you go back to it and check, oh yeah, they did actually show that and I missed it. Impressive.
And if we go back to the people that worked on this, you have one people for everything, inks and color.
Yeah.
And they made sure that it was perhaps not flawless, but very well done.
Yeah, this is really impressive work on their part, I must say. Alright, so let's go ahead and continue.
Yes.
No more so than an Imperial uniform did.
Was it the uniform that saved, or the responsibility that came with it?
What's that supposed to mean?
When you left the service, you took care of yourself, Chewbacca, and some friends. That's it.
That was enough?
But it wasn't all you could handle. You refused to take responsibility, even after joining the rebels. Even with the slant in your Imperial file, you didn't give your hair to the cause until Endor.
You got the job done? Not all of us recognize that we need to do all we can to make life better.
Or we choose to deny it for a time.
Yeah, that too. Hey, translation done. Repairs were made at Axilia.
Axilia?
Turn Coruscant inside out and make it a jail where the inmates are in control.
Sounds lovely.
There it is, Phil. Axilia. Chewie, take us in quietly. Don't want any trouble right off.
Okay, this page. Okay, I can take the girl if you want to relax your throat a bit.
Okay. Winter, get up. Time to be moving.
Right. Tycho, we're still in our cells.
Not for long. The latches here are the canopy latches. From TIE fighters. They're notoriously hard to open. As a pilot, you learn how to open them by any means possible. Of course, someone always objects when you damage the hardware.
What are you doing out of...
But handling complaints isn't that hard. With such able assistance.
Impeccable timing, Lieutenant Kelchu.
So apparently, even the so I know the TIE fighters have an eject system. I suppose that, or an automatic eject system for the pilots. But the fact that apparently, if you had to do it manually, it's a bitch to get open. That's a fucking...
I suppose it is more incentives to not suck at your job, considering the TIE fighters are crap.
Yeah. Then again, if you can just kick it open with one swift kick, maybe them being shoddily built has its own little perk. When you need to, you can kick it open with enough effort.
We shit on the TIE fighters so much.
Yes, we do. Nico says, in my headcanon, every time a High Republic has a bad line, Hank Hill appears out of nowhere and says, "You're talking like a line from the sequel series. Stop that. It makes no sense." That sequel series ain't right.
Well, shit. If he did appear every time,
he would
better
be
get paid.
he'd be the most most common guest on my live stream channel at live streams at that point.
Yeah. And instead of 1 hour or 2 hours, we will be here 4 or 5.
Probably. Step 1 accomplished. Now we need to figure out where we're going.
Right, take us back to Tavira.
Left it is then. Past them, and we go for the Y-Wing.
And we get past them exactly how?
So, the plan has some faults. Some flaws.
Yes. So, then I drew a deuce and the flux hit. I just have to fall for a flyball. Give me that thing. This will keep the stun charge going. I take one with the toss, you get the other.
I just have to fall for a woman who thinks I'm a stormtrooper.
Go!
Hey, the plan worked.
So far, but they've sounded an alarm.
Aroo, aroo.
Okay, a lot of aliens. Who do you want?
I'll voice the dude in the middle.
Okay, I'll take the other two then.
Roman Alpha, as I see in me. Call it Mari, some far for you.
Why, thank you, Your Name. How did you know? You didn't ask.
It was what we requested after the battle for Brental.
You naughty?
I am very... Oh, wait. You also... There was the Jansen was wrong being on balcony.
Ah, fuck. Well, Jensen was wrong. Being on balcony does not help one sound.
I am very observant, Ibitsam. I notice many things.
Fernin, you have noticed not of pirates' table.
Of course. The Gotel is leading them. Their crew, not pilots.
Or do you know that?
While getting drinks, I heard them complain about pilots not having to unload cargo.
I salute your deductive ability.
The Force... To the Force being with us.
And our safety.
Especially that. Clink.
I don't know, Narin. I seem to sense change in you.
Change? Me? You must be mistaken.
Really? I will hate to think I am. Oh, I like this change.
Nico says if he did drink after every bad line, he'd be drunker than Barney Gumble.
I'm pretty sure he will be dead.
Yeah. Imagine how light the beer would have to be if you're supposed to drink after every bad line in High Republic and somehow survive it.
At this point, you better drink only water, and even then, it might kill you.
Yes.
Okay, I think the first one was mine. Even I see change. You no longer mope. Nothing was moving?
I was not.
While you were on the ground, Ibitsam, he moped.
That is base slander.
Well, what? Well, I was gone? I am touched? I didn't know.
Touched?
The animosity between us, I hated it. Our people do not get along, but we don't have to be our people, do we? Tell me. Tell. We don't... joder. Sorry. Tell me we don't, Noreen. Please.
A Cappy, we're coming. No, but we can rise above old rivalries.
They are on the move.
You two report back to Edge. I'll follow them.
Not plan I recur from briefing.
Just do it.
Kasige to it. I have Noreen. No recur new plan either.
I wanted to keep you out of trouble. You shouldn't have come.
I am here. Deal with it.
I'm not letting you get into trouble. Blast, we've lost them.
They can have gone away that fast.
We waited for you. Didn't want you to lose your way.
The captain was right, and we got our visitors.
Let her go. She's not part of this. She is now, Squidface. Brave words, Blaster Boy. You I break first.
My friend.
You suicidal fool.
Such trouble you find when I let you run off.
Not suicidal, not a fool. Ah!
I might have been hasty.
Not hasty, just right on time.
Around see who needs roar. You honor me in the ring. How bad is it?
He missed, for the most part. Let's go report.
For the most part.
He probably just got grazed him, it looks like. We'll see. Why do Y-Wing have to be the only two-seater here?
Why a two-seater? I thought you liked the idea of snuggling.
If we live to get out of this, I'll remind you of that remark.
Do that, flyboy. I am in unlock. Move this thing.
As ordered. I have engine start, shunting power to weapons, and we are green on lasers and ion cannons. Red on missiles, shields coming up. Now!
We are doing more sitting than we are flying, Tycho.
They should have warned me you can be a tad impatient. Pulsar lift coils engaged. Clearing ground crew. Power to thrusters.
Not impatient. Polite. We've overstayed our welcome.
I noticed that. Let's get out of here. Then we'll find out where here is.
Sideline com channel data feed indicates this place is called Axilia. Heard of it?
Can't recall it. And if I can't recall it...
Right. We're in the middle of nowhere.
Try wide beam distress call. New Republic might have assets here.
But you know it. I doubt it. A distress call will suggest we are...
Nope, front scope is bad enough.
I've got two
Oh wait, no,
coming up.
wait, I missed one. In distress? Have you checked your rear scope yet? Oh wait, that's your line.
Yeah, I think we changed the characters in the second one.
Yeah, that's okay.
We do what we can.
Nope, front scope is bad enough.
I've got two coming up.
I've got 3. Can't outfight them. Have to outfly them. Hang on! TBA says... Oh, wait, let's see. Nico says, if he did drink after everybody... He'd be... TBA says, overhydration is a thing. It takes a lot to get there, but I have faith that High Republic dialogue can get you there if you really want. Nico says, Urus, for every bad line, you have to donate to your favorite only scales model.
He's a dick.
Urus says, also I have none. Okay, good.
Yeah, because I am pretty sure the fuck you didn't register.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, I think I answered to the first comment in the video, but the YouTube ate it.
Yeah, YouTube does not like some comments. It's actually, I will say this, if there is, there's a reason why I have a video dedicated to determining if your comments on a video on YouTube are getting censored or not. And what is amusing, as strange as it sounds, is I get enough activists that end up getting censored by YouTube's algorithms and then start blaming me for the censorship that these activists in question actively root for.
So they are shooting themselves in their own foot, and they complain that you did it.
Yes! This happens so many times.
Why I am not surprised.
Like, I think it was just yesterday I had a dude saying that free speech isn't absolute, and he's then wondering, oh wait, where did my comment go? And I'm going, YouTube censored it. Admittedly, in his case, he was fortunate enough that at the comment, I'm assuming it was just one comment, was in the soft censorship range, so if you switched it from all comments to newest comments, you could actually still see it. But if you switch to top comments, it gets just completely hidden altogether. That's still a form of censorship on the part of YouTube. It's just a more milder form of censorship, but it's still censorship. So this dude is still getting his comments censored when he's talking about how free speech is not absolute.
Which is ironic. I mean, the activists come here to grift you, and because they want so much censorship, they cannot grift you because, well...
They end up getting griefed by YouTube is what happens. They end up getting griefed by their own policies and their own ideology. This person, by the way, was also trying to argue that if enough people just collectively vote for something, it automatically becomes good. So I simply responded with, so since this dude's a socialist, if society, for whatever reason, hypothetically, just collectively voted to kill all the socialists, would this dude be on board for that?
Well, apparently he loves democracy a lot, so if it happened, I suppose he would.
We all know that he would not. He would abandon it in a fucking heartbeat. But yeah, Then I had there's actually been a couple of cases where this censorship on the part of YouTube's algorithms has actually resulted in people that have been trying to grief me with sock puppet accounts accidentally exposing themselves as using a bunch of sock puppet accounts to make it seem like they've got more support than they actually had. Like, there was one dude that came on with 7 different sock puppet accounts to try to like all of his own comments and then reply to me with these various accounts and then saying, oh wait, you're censoring it. No, I'm not. But also, how do you know these comments aren't showing up if you're not the same account? It's even funnier because that dude in question used his real name for one of his accounts and basically doxed himself by doing that.
I am trying, but no more. I am going to say it as it is. Is this person stupid? I mean, more than usual. Because everyone on the internet, absolutely everyone knows the one golden rule. Don't use your real data if you can.
Yes!
You moron.
Siege says, hello, I'm a bit late, life, and Urs says, hey, Siege, and yeah, this comic is good. Siege says, yeah, lol, I've seen those comments before, and Urs will watch from the start at the end. That sounds weird. The comment that doesn't get hit is the one reply where they didn't somehow say something YouTube flagged. Yeah, I know. Siege is laughing. TBA says, sock puppets try to grief. YouTube censors coming online now. Yeah.
I mean, I am very, very tired of YouTube's bullshit. But this at least makes me laugh.
It does. I still think these idiots shouldn't be censored. Let's be honest. Here's the thing. These people will say I'm trying to censor them even though I actively go out of my way to make sure their comments get seen as much as possible.
I mean, why try to stop them from making a fool of themselves?
Exactly. Anyways, let's go ahead and continue and watch how one Y-Wing handles 5 Die Wings.
I mean, they are some of the worst fighters in the galaxy.
Yes, they are. Cavil's Corsairs bravely pursue what they believe to be mere ship thieves. Even if they had known the truth, they would have come on just as fast and died just as foolishly.
Oh. Yes. Let's continue and not make any comments on that. Great flying. But we just kill the bad pilots. Make the call.
If you insist. This is New Republic pilot Lieutenant Tycho Kelthu reporting an emergency. I have engaged hostiles, number unknown. Any and all aid would be appreciated.
Do you have any idea where we are going?
As long as we're going, I'm not too choosy. Easy shots coming up.
Who's that?
I've boxed him in for you. Drop him.
You noticed, didn't you, that we are boxed too?
We've got shields and they don't.
I'd like more of an edge.
I've got more. You're the one shooting back there, aren't you? You're edge enough for me.
This time.
This dude has some fucking moves. It's like watching Nathan Zachary from Crimson Skies in action. Just casually flying through a tunnel for cars. letting his gunners take out enemy planes while he is putting the moves on all the while.
Look, if he's good, he is good.
Seed says yes, attempts to sock puppet YouTube. Hey, now calm down, be civil, sock puppet. YouTube, that's fine.
Accurate.
That ought to hold him for a bit. Sith spawn, not at all what I wanted to see.
Do I voice the alien or?
If you want to.
Okay. I will relay your suggestions to Mon Mothma at the earliest convenience, Princess.
Not a suggestion, Borsk. That's the deal. 10 and 15 worlds if we want Coruscant without a fight.
A win for all, except the 25 worlds. Under Presta's sway. You will hear from her.
Understood. Sith spawn, I could have just spoken to Mon Mothma myself.
Take it easy, Leia. That is too good a deal to pass up.
Wedge is right. The Council will back you. My great aunt will... I know I can get backing, Avon, but is Borsk right? Are we trading the liberty of some people for the freedom of many? That is the philosophical view, Leia. But the reality is more important. Taking Coruscant will shatter the Empire. An enemy divided. I know what you're saying is true, and breaking the Empire means that we're much closer to freedom for the galaxy. Still, there are those who will face lifetimes of agony in each day we would delay in their liberation. That's a trap, Leia, and you know it. realistically, we can't free everyone at once. It's a process. We're doing the best we can in that process, and this trade will be a giant step forward. See it for the victory it is.
He is right. That is why wars are waged in campaigns, not simply joints.
You're right, both of you. There are just times it seems like we've been at this forever.
Not forever, just all of our adult lives.
I think that's your line still.
Okay. Having Coruscant in our hands might give us back some of our adult lives.
Well, the bargain's been struck. Now we just have to make it reality.
What? We have a problem. I think the next one is Leia.
Report! Pirates had an emergency. We got jumped, but broke them.
Weird stuff coming through on the emergency comm channels too.
Any and all would be a
That's Tycho's boys.
He must have been taken with Winter, and they've escaped.
Leave them up, people. We've got a friend to help.
They escaped? You think Tycho would leave Winter behind? Oh, right.
Hurry, rogues. We don't want to be late. How bad is it?
Bad. Real bad. In fact, given my choice, now I'd rather be flying through the Death Star. I mean, I suppose strength in numbers is a thing.
Worst comes to worst, the Death Star's weapons were made to shoot big things. Being a fighter, at least they might miss. This is a lot of crap made to kill other fighters. They might be horrible fighters, but there are a lot.
Yeah. And that is the end of that issue.
And it was a very good issue.
Yes, it was. And it leads us to a good hook for what comes next, that's for sure. You got on-ground action, you got action in the air, you got some good story there. This is a pretty well-done comic. That is very clear to see.
Well, yeah, I mean, you have the good guys trying their best to be good guys. You have the bad guys being sneaky assholes that are trying to get everything they can out of any deal. I mean, you have characters, being people. It still surprises me that for some reason it is hard to find in the modern comics.
Well, you have to remember, Disney is not hiring people for their actual quality as writers.
Yeah, they are hiring activists.
Exactly. They're hiring because one person knows somebody that's already been in or something like that. Or they're hiring someone that got on Kathleen Kennedy's good side for a moment.
Well, I suppose hiring NPCs is cheaper than hiring people.
You'd think that, but once you factor in the costs of all the lost profits from your comics not selling because nobody likes the High Republic, I've even seen some of the people that lean more progressive just say that they are completely fucking done with the High Republic. Like, Eckhart's Ladder has been on one for a while, and he's made videos explaining that he is fucking done with High Republic.
You remember when a few issues yes, a few issues back, when I asked, hey, we only checked the comments in the first few to see if anyone disagreed. Let's see how it is now. And a lot of names I remember from that first video we made, and they hate this comic now. I wonder why.
Because it's not good, simple as. TBS says, looks like the art style jumped into Titan AE for a bit. Maybe a little bit. Siege says, a good question. Moralism versus pragmatism. Hard balance for any leader. TBA says, Tycho is one of the best pilots in Rogue Squadron. A Y-Wing isn't ideal, but he could probably take him. Yeah. Those are a lot of TIE wings, though.
I mean, if this was not a Junker I-Wing, yeah, but it's made with spare parts, and it has no armor.
It does have shields. It does have shields.
But even without shields, the I-Wing was meant to take a lot of punishment. I don't think this one could. But still, technically you have 2 people shooting at all of this. So maybe.
Tactically, your smart move would be to use the buildings. I know the Y-Wing isn't that nimble of a starfighter, but if you could weave your way through the buildings, you could basically reduce their ability to actively shoot at you, combined with the fact that you have a gunner that can target stuff that's behind you and stuff. My play here, I think, would be to fly low, stick to the buildings, and pick them off at whenever opportune, basically, to thin the herd that way.
Yeah, considering the I-Wing is not fast, but it has a lot of maneuverability, you have to do here like in Battletech. You play the Urbi.
Mm-hmm. Now, the TIE wings do have... I will say this. The big issue here is that the TIE wings can match the Y-Wing for maneuverability, which is not a plus for them. But when you have this many all trying to gun for you, you're going to be in for a rough time. Siege says, man, a highly profitable comic would be a nice thing, as opposed to whatever low bar High Republic is measured as. Yeah, I know. But yeah, this is a good comic, and I am interested to see what the next issue has to hold.
The only problem I see is that there are only 5 more issues to go.
Yes.
Which is the complete fucking opposite to the High Republic. Oh god, only 5. Thank fucking god.
TBA says, I mean, they're not going to give those junkers to good pilots, knock down a handful, and the rest will probably reconsider life choices. Maybe?
I mean, they destroyed 5 or 6, and they were all suicidal. So, not sure there.
No, the bad pilots thing might actually be true.
Yes. I mean, even if you had a good pilot in these junkers, I don't think that will help. I mean,
having a decent pilot would actually... I will say this. Having a decent pilot could actually go a decent way. It's more a matter of things like tactics, because you have the TIE Wings do have the numbers. What they would have to do is try get positioning themselves in a way to box in the Y-Wing. That way they can all start engaging him from multiple angles, make it very hard for him to slip away without taking damage, to the shields at least. And you slowly wear the shields down, you can then take out the Y-Wing. That would be if these guys knew how to fly and knew tactics, that would be the play.
Yeah, but I think that is hoping for too much.
Probably.
still, as I was saying, this at least leaves you with a vested interest in what is going to happen next. Because again, these are city fighters, but I want to see what happens.
I do. So you want to go ahead and continue?
Sadly, I can't. I do have to get out.
All right. But we will have the opportunity to see this eventually. The next time that X-Wing comes up for the live stream list. But yeah, for now, I think we'll go ahead and call it. This has technically been a longer stream for comics in this series, but it's also been a really good comic, I think. So,
yeah,
easy recommendation.
Usually it is 1 hour for a bad comic, and these don't take that long. But we have been making a few comments and praising the comic instead of sitting on it.
I know. So yeah, I think now is a good time to go ahead and call it. TBS is looking forward to it. Thanks, guys. Thank you very much, and glad to hear you are looking forward to it. And I think, like I said, we'll be in a good position to go ahead and call it. So yeah, this has been Ace.
And this has been Uros.
Once again, pleasure to have you on.
Whenever you need me, man.
And we both hope to see you all again soon.